Hi, everybody. Frank Spicer, CEO of Metafide here with the recap of today's spaces. With us is Matt Cross, Chief Business Development Officer, Roaming Crypto, our trusty community mod, and David may or may not be Radio Frog from today's broadcast, um, joining us as our special guest. Today we talked about the impact of the Genius Act passing into law, what it means for stable tokens to become more broadly distributed through the economic system, and how that might impact our future at Metafide. Additionally, we also spent a little bit of time talking about, where the risks are in the concentration of capital in the banking system and what stable tokens might do to alleviate that. What did you take away from today's space, Matt? Matt took away. We can't hear him. That's what happened.
Well, I was
There
miming
you
it
go.
up right now.
Okay, yeah. You can do the whole thing you can mime the thing if you want. Go for
Yeah, well, I was building a box and you couldn't see. I was trying to escape it, and it was really
it.
difficult. But I guess that's the scenario we're running into right now. The Fed has kind of built a box around Americans, and it's been kind of hard for us to escape inflation. And it seems that the Fed has been serving more of a global banking industry, and we're coming into a system right now that wants to serve Americans and improve, the power of the dollar and distribute that across the rest of the world. And I think that's what we're starting to see with stablecoins right now. It's allowing people and corporations to be their own bank and issue value and increase the velocity of money.
Also, excellent save. We're leaving that in, by the way. Matt just turned that metaphor on its head like he's a freestyle battle rapper for financial literacy. And I have to say, I'm a big fan. I appreciate it. I also appreciate the passage of the act into to law because it means great things for Metafide. What did you take from that, Romy?
Yeah, cool. I think one of the key things, especially for projects such as ourselves, we're really utility focused, is just bringing that added transparency and I guess sort of a bit of security to the space that's been a bit of a wild west for a very long time, and to have governments, etc., forming law and bringing new things, new pieces of clarity to the table means only good things for companies like ourselves, where we're very focused on how do we build something full of integrity and full of quality and utility for our users. And we want to do that in an environment where users trust the infrastructure that we're built upon, right?
Yeah. Don't need to be building things on, sand that's just going to wash away. So this is actually great for the ecosystem. We talked a little bit about how USDC seems particularly well positioned. Uh, Gave Mr. Radio Frog a shout out today for getting in on the IPO. David, your father was early to that trend, and he likes to remind you of that. So we just want to credit him on finding that. As somebody who is a beneficiary of the success of USDC, what do you see in the future for that company? Because I think it's a pillar of what's been built so far. Do you think that continues?
Absolutely. I think that, like Matt was saying, since USDC is the first of its kind, I don't see it going away anytime soon. And just the infrastructure that can be built upon it, like you said, Web3 is littered with blockchain startups and companies like ourselves, and USDC gives us a stable platform, and it gives cryptocurrency a stable backing. Like you said on Bloomberg last week, Frank, we just saw the mainstreaming of crypto with the Genius Act. And nowadays, because of it, now people can buy crypto safely, and they know it's not going to shoot down like a rug pull, like we saw with Pump just today. And I think that USDC being the first of its kind, people are going to piggyback on that, obviously, but I don't see it going away. And I think that it's only going to allow for further legitimacy of the cryptocurrency industry and further Web3 projects like ourselves to see even more people come over and look for things to use their cryptocurrency on.
Yeah, Matt had a great point today during the discussion where he talked about non-bank entities such as potentially Walmart or Target or Amazon um, having their own stable token. and then their supply chains potentially being incentivized to use that stable token. Do you see, Matt, do you see a way for those tokens to ever gain broader adoption outside of the ecosystems of the companies? And as a second part to that question, do you think any of them ever supersedes USDC's distribution?
So again, I think it's related to the source and what's backing it, which will determine, the actual value of the stablecoin and, who actually wants to hold it. USDC is always going to have the backing of T-bills. So you're going to have, a large audience of people within the US holding that. You're also going to have, a global audience of other people who are holding USDC as a way to escape, their current inflationary systems. But I do see some competitive systems being built. If there was a world where Amazon was to issue their own stable coin, I'm sure, they would offer discounts on products for the retail users to purchase in their stable coin. And they would also, offer discounts probably to, people in their supply chain for utilizing that stable coin. And, it'd probably be pretty easy. You have your Amazon wallet, you'd load it up with some stable coins, and now you're, getting the best deals. People already purchased Prime for, whatever, $12 a month, and now they're getting deals off of that, and this is just an evolution. I do see some systems being able to be really large and rival it, but at the end of the day, it's who you're going to trust the most, I think.
Excellent point. I think that's a general metaphor for everything else in the space. Who are you going to trust and how? And we like to think we're building things the right way. We're going to continue doing what we're doing. Great time to be at Metafide. Bunch of news about to roll out in the coming weeks. Join us if you're not following us already, Fide_AI on X, on Discord, discord.gg/Fide-token. Find us on YouTube at Metafide. And again, join us on our X Spaces Tuesdays and Thursdays. We look forward to seeing and hearing from everybody. And until next Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we hope everybody has a great weekend and enjoy it. Take care and be safe.
Take care, everyone.
Yes.
Metafide is the only AI-powered Bitcoin prediction game where traders compete in real time to forecast BTC's price in a fast 1 to 5 minute round. Test your skills against global players. Take on 1x risk with the ability to win multiplied payouts and prize pots. The more accurate and early, the better the outcome. Pre-register now for early access to generational wealth.